In 2014, the Philippines was ranked 95th out of 189 economies in a global survey that seeks to evaluate bureaucratic and legal hurdles business people face in setting up that business with at least 50 employees. The Philippines aims to improve its doing business ranking around the world to be at the top 60 by 2016. To reach this goal, the DOE is actively addressing bottlenecks in the system, hopefully cutting by half the processing time for businesses. The seemingly protracted process of doing business in the Philippines is likewise strongly felt in the energy sector. A time and motion study of constructing a hydropower plant in the south reveals that it takes roughly 3 years to complete documentary requirements. Meanwhile, close to 163 signatures are needed before a hydropower plant developer can hit its shovel on the ground. With the United States Agency for International Development, or USAID, through its Building Low-Emission Alternatives to Develop Economic Resilience and Sustainability Project, or B-Leaders, the Department of Energy, and in close collaboration with other national government agencies, are designing a virtual application and processing platform called the Energy Virtual One Shared System, or EVOSS. Armed with technology and good governance, the EVOSS aims to facilitate and streamline business processes, create an environment of transparency and accountability, cut down transaction costs through harmonization of steps and procedures, promote increased efficiency among government agencies, foster and nurture a healthy partnership between the public and private sectors. The creation and design of the EVOSS is a product of a consultative and participative process that takes into consideration the constraints within government policies and likewise strikes a balance to respond to the needs of the business sector. It builds on the one-stop facilitation and monitoring center that was initially set up as a pilot project by the Mindanao Development Authority, but upgrades its services to include monitoring of application and process. The DOE is currently reviewing procedures, time, and costs related to increasing private investments in the clean energy sector. The review involves understanding the varied nuances, legalities, and sequential steps that characterize each renewable energy technology and each government agency. At the initial stage, the DOE will review all application forms of each government agency involved in the process and will harmonize these into one uniform application document, ensuring that all critical information are collated in this form. Since DOE is leaning towards a technologically driven and supported application and process, its IT specialists are evaluating potential information system requirements that are integral to allow for a smooth facilitation and coordination of documentary exchanges within the DOE and across all key government partners. At the onset, the EVOSS will have the following minimum attributes: a user interface that allows a secured but personalized tracking of application and processing, a committed timeline for each agency that provides notification triggers to the government agency on the basis of its respective citizens' charter, a transparent mechanism that displays bottlenecks that hold up processing time, a database that includes a step-by-step guide to investors, an interactive network for exchanging of messages and information intended to facilitate permitting process between the applicants and the different relevant agencies, a help site that guides the user on navigating the EVOSS to maximize benefits that can be gained. The DOE realizes that EVOSS is an ambitious goal that calls for full cooperation among all agencies involved to realize the aspirational targets embodied in the National Renewable Energy Program. As such, the DOE hopes to sign a Memorandum of Agreement or Understanding with these agencies to clearly define responsibilities and commitments. Consultative meetings will be held regularly with all stakeholders, either individually or as a group, to ensure that EVOSS will address key concerns, but mostly the priority concerns of all involved. The DOE will conduct training workshops to familiarize assigned units in the use of the EVOSS. The DOE is targeting to have the EVOSS up and running by the last quarter of this year. Let us do our parts in shaping the country to be world-class in doing business.